Hey everyone, Jamie Mix here from Miss Paper, and today I'm sharing a process video where I'm creating a few little deco cards for my 2022 goal planner. So this year I purchased the Everyday Explorer Co. planner. It's an undated planner. It's a 5x7 size. I think this is B6. And so this is what I'm planning to use to keep track of my goals for the year. Not necessarily as my everyday planner, but I just really love all of the prompts that you have that are included in here. And I've started to fill some of this out, not very much, and I will plan to continue to do that today. But I purchased this little sleeve. It's a protective sleeve. It's clear, so if there's glare, that's what you're seeing. It's from a designer called Lauren Phelps Designs. I actually purchased this on Etsy, but it seems that she also has her own website. And I just wanted something clear because I really loved what the cover of this notebook looked like already. I love this gradient. And then also from Etsy, I purchased this sticker. It says Make Jefa Moves, which is, Jefa is boss or girl boss in Spanish. And I really just wanted something clear, but this one actually has a few little spots for various things in the front and also in the back. And so my plan today is to decorate these with my goals and my intentions, my dreams for the year. And I'm going to be using this stamp set. It's part of the January release at Everyday Explorers Co. I really loved it. I really intended to purchase this. I really purchased this with the intention to use it here in the Everyday Explorers Co. planner as well. So I cut down just plain white cardstock into the sizes that would fit snugly in here. And I'm planning just to decorate these using the stamps, using perhaps some of the stickers that are also included in when you purchase the planner. They come in together in a little bundle. And then I also have some older Everyday Explorers Co. stamp set. This is Lines and Dots. I believe this was in the December release. Markup and mixed marks or other stamp sets that I just really wanted something that was some organic shapes to kind of mix in alongside some of the more linear graphic typography that is part of this stamp set. I pulled a few different inks to use for my little cards since I'm loving this color scheme so much. These are the stamps that I pulled out. So several distress inks, one pink fresh, and then my go-to black is this Ranger Distressed Archival ink. So I am going to pull these out and just start playing.
Okay, so I pulled the lines and dot stamp set. I really just want to add some pattern to the background of these cards, and the pattern is going to be the landing spot where I then use the challenge accepted stamp set with the great typography to stamp out goals, dreams, intentions. And I use different colored inks for the pattern, is what I'm going to call it, that I'm creating on the little cards using that lines and dots stamp set. And then I'm going to use the same stamp ink. It's Candy Violet from Pink Fresh, to do all of the typography so that they're tied together a little bit more. I just love that color. That color is like one of my colors. I love kind of magenta, um, violet, lavender colors. And I'm just pulling from not only the lines and dots stamp set, but this one that had a bunch of little frames and kind of washes and arrows going through it. And it's just something as background to be a landing spot for my titles for each of these cards. And it's just really playing with stamps and inks and adding a little bit here and there using smaller stamps and larger stamps, and then also pulling them all together by adding a black line underneath each of the words. I love mixing black and white in here in most of my projects, so that was just an opportunity to do it there. So I'm just checking to see where I want to place these, like in the order on the inside the little sleeves, and looking at my stickers to see if I'm going to use any of those, and then I decide ultimately that I'm not going to use any of those. Then I go about pulling all of the little cards out of all of the sleeves, and I'm going to be using the Distress Oxide and some brushes to add just kind of color to the edges of each of the cards. I am not great at playing with Distress Oxide. I'm a total novice, so I just kind of play and figure it out as I go. There are other YouTubers who are awesome at this. You might want to look at some of their tutorials and different things. This is not a tutorial, just to show you that I'm using my brushes and the Distress Oxides to add just a little bit of color to what is essentially just a little piece of white cardstock. And I just love, love, love that I'm able to do that with the Distress Oxide pretty easily and those great handle brushes. Um, I go back and forth just adding color and trying to get a richer, deeper tone. But again, I am just playing, and when it feels right, I stop. And so on the back, on the cards that were going to be slipped into the back cover, I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do back there. I was thinking that I would add a sticker on some of the plastic, but really I just saw this as an opportunity to create an ombre gradient effect using the Distress Oxides that I could then slip into the back pocket of the little cover. And I watched a little bit of something that Shamel shared, just kind of showing how to go kind of back and forth with the Distress Oxides so that you get a good kind of wash where it doesn't look too blocky or there's a very strong line. And basically the secret to that is just to continue to go over it over and over and over again and bringing the one color to the right and the other color to the left until they're kind of blended together. You see, I just made a really huge big splotch. That was my bad because instead of starting kind of off of the paper, I started directly on the paper. That's what happens when you don't really play with these very often. And I'm so sorry that this is down at the bottom, but I do kind of get my act together and pull it up here in just a bit. But really, this was just an opportunity to add some color to those back sheets of the bag little note cards. And I will add a little bit of stamping to throw some pattern in there. Again, I am just totally playing. Like I don't really know what this is going to look like in the end. I don't have an idea of what I want it to look like. I just kind of want to add some color and fun to these little note cards that are going to be slipped into the back. And like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to add stickers on top of the actual plastic. And so I don't want to do too much on these because I know that they're going to be covered up somewhat, but I do want to make sure that there is something visually interesting about them in the back here.
And here's what the finished project looks like. I posted still images over on Instagram at Misc Paper, that's M-I-S-C Paper. For info on the product I use, check out the links in the description box on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to like it and or subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you. Jamie Makes, signing off.